Hi guys, it's me, Julia. You're probably wondering, who's that vixen in the pink headband with no makeup on? Well, it's me. I'm here today barefaced because I'm going to do an updated skincare routine and an everyday face. So this is kind of just like getting ready with me, and I'm in my bathroom. And if you're wondering what that big ugly white thing is sticking out of the wall behind me, that's my old towel bars, like to never come off. They're just like cemented into the walls, but then the bar that they use is made out of glass, so the bar broke, and now we can't get the stupid thing out. So anyway, my bathroom's a little messy, but this is where I get ready in the morning. This video might be a little bit long. I'm sure that it will be long because I tend to talk a lot, but I'm going to try to give you as much information as I can about the products that I use, and I want to go through the whole thing. So I'll try to edit it so that it's not outrageous, but anyway, so this is what I do. So I get up in the morning and I have a shower, and I've washed my face the night before, which I'll go over in a minute. But what I like to do in the morning is just kind of, I'll get water on my, hands and just kind of wash the sleep away kind of thing. And if I have any product on my face from the night before, I just kind of like to wash that off. So we'll assume that I'm in the shower, and I'm just going to get my face wet because my face has to be damp when I come out of the shower for my next step. So I've just wet my face down. It's been like really dry, because it's been really dry and just really kind of irritated, I'm doing whatever I can to add extra moisture into my skin. So lately I've been starting with my vitamin C nourishing face oil. And I'm just starting to get into face oils because I really like the effects that this one has. So, but it's not anything that I'm really able to give any kind of in-depth information on right now because I haven't done a lot of research on it. But I just put a little bit in my hand, and then you just press it. This is really good for people with dry skin. So you get the vitamin C and you get a little bit of oil to help moisturize your skin. I know that they do, I know people are, oh my God, she's putting oil on her face. But I know that I could never do that. But I know that they do face oils for people with oily skin as well. It's just something that you have to look up and do a little bit of research on. But I really like the effect. So you put it on when your face is wet or damp. It doesn't have to be dripping wet. Just a little bit of damp. And it will soak into the skin as the water evaporates off your face. If you put it on your skin when your skin is dry, I find that it just sits on top of the surface of my skin and never really sinks in. That's how I started using it, and then I got the idea to put it on wet skin, and it works really well. So, and whenever I have leftover in my hand, I used to rub on my elbows because they're always dry. So the next step is my serum step, and just to keep it easy, I'm going to stick with my vitamin C. So this is my Avalon Organics Vitamin C Renewal Vitality Facial Serum. And I just did a whole video on my face serums, which I'll link below. But this one, after using quite a few, this one's my favorite. I love the effects of the vitamin C. It's become a holy grail to me. And it just spewed all over me and all over the walls. Great. It's like something about Mary in here. The same process that I did with the oil. All over my face. That's why you have to take the step to let the oil sink in. If I'm not putting the oil on, I'll just go right to the serum step. But you should get the serum on your face as close to bare skin as you can. Like don't put it on after your moisturizer. Put it on first. After the serum has sinked in, then it's time to moisturize. And for the last 2 years, I've been moisturizing with this CeraVe because it has hyaluronic acid in it, which helps your skin retain moisture. So it's an awesome product for people who have really dry skin. For the longest time, like pretty much up until 2 years ago, I thought, okay, if I have dry skin, I have to slather on really heavy, thick, rich moisturizers. And I find a lot of the time, those weren't really doing anything. I got to the point where I was putting like 4 different moisturizers on my face in the morning just to try to combat the dryness. And then I started using this and sometimes washing with the moisturizing cleanser. And it has totally changed my dry skin, and it's awesome. Put that on my face, and we let that soak in as well. Okay, so I take my makeup off, and I do all my cleansing and everything at nighttime. And I don't usually apply a lot of makeup, like a lot of products on my skin, so I don't feel necessarily the need to do you know, a makeup remover followed by a cleanser. I like products that do everything all at once. The exception is I will use a waterproof eye makeup remover, like on pads on my eyes. I won't show you that one because it just depends on which one works for you. And I'm not loyal to any one makeup remover. But I really like, again, because I've got dry skin, I use cleansers that tend to be creamier. I stay away from foaming ones that I keep in the shower for, you know, if I want to wash my face in the morning time, I'll use the CeraVe Hydrating Cleanser with one of these little kind of exfoliating pads. But generally I don't wash my face in the morning because I do it all at night. So I'll take my eye makeup off. And then I have really fallen in love with like the hot cloth cleansing idea of washing your face. So I've got my little muslin cloth, which I find is perfect for exfoliating, gives me the right amount of like texture for exfoliating my skin. So I no longer use my little Clarisonic. I find that this is just perfect. I'm kind of going in between these two No. 7 products. This is the Radiance Boosting Hot Cloth Cleanser, and I've done a complete review on this. Now, this reveals soft, hydrated, radiantly clean skin. I'm finding right now this is irritating my skin a little bit in the dryness. I'm finding the last few times that I've used it, it's kind of brought out the redness a little bit in my skin. So I'm kind of putting this on the shelf for a little while when it's right now, like when my skin's adjusting to the change in the season. And I've really been liking the No. 7 Beautiful Skin Cleansing Balm. This is for dry or very dry skin. Same principle though, put it on your hands and I massage it in, and I massage it in for a good little while, and you know, you can see the makeup kind of all mixing in and just getting all sloppy and gross. And then I take the hot cloth and you rinse off your makeup, and then I use it in a buffing motion to polish my skin, and I find that works really well and takes off all of my makeup and hydrates my skin at the same time. This is not one of those, the only drawback to this one is it's not, you know, a natural organic type product, but at nighttime, nighttime's a really good time for moisturizing your skin if you want to put on like a rich night cream. I find that rich night creams kind of clog up my skin and make my skin greasy, and I often wake up in the morning with breakouts. So I've kind of avoided that by using, I've kind of avoided the need for that by using hydrating cleanser. And nighttime's a really good time to, you know, kind of experiment with skincare, because you can use products that will work while you're sleeping. So you can use like a little bit of a heavier duty product like retinol products. So what I'm using right now, because retinol products I don't really like using in the morning because it makes your skin more susceptible to the sun and it can irritate your skin a little bit. So I feel it's best to do that kind of stuff at night. And one that I've been using lately is this retinol rich skincare vitamin C, carrot plus vitamin C serum. So I'll put this on at night just like I put my daytime one on. It's a little bit heavier, and again, if I'm feeling like my skin's extra dry, I'll put that vitamin C oil on as well. And this is the last product that we're going to have to let soak into the skin, so I will show this step next. I have recently really kind of come around to the idea of using a primer on my face. Because my skin's dry, I find that it just soaks up the foundation really quickly, and by midday, like, I've got nothing left on my face. So I've been trying to find a really good hydrating primer. I haven't really found the perfect one yet, but I actually quite like this L'Oreal Lumi Magic Lumi Light Infusing Primer. This makes a really nice highlighter because I think most people would be able to use this as a really nice highlighter. I think that it might be too, you'll see in a second, but I'm just going to put this on kind of all over my face. And it really illuminates the skin, and it kind of has a little bit of a white cast to it. So this might be too white for most complexions, but I've got a fairly pale complexion, so I just really like the way that it kind of illuminates and highlights my skin. And again, if you had an oily complexion, you might find that this is too much shine. So it just really illuminates my skin, and I really like the effect. It's not the most hydrating product, so it's not really like I'm calling this a hydrating primer, but it works well with the Lumi foundation and just kind of gives a nice look to the skin. So And the other great thing, like I said, is you can go back after the fact and just, you know, put it on your cheekbones and use it as an extra highlighter, which I'll show you in a minute. Should have brought a cloth to wipe my hands with. Oh, look, the toilet paper roll is right there. Okay, so the foundation that I've been using for like the last 2 months now, and I'm actually, like, you can see that I've used it, which is first time for me because I usually go through so many, you know, I try something, I'm like, ugh, try something else, and it's very rare that I actually go through a foundation before it, like, goes off. But anyway, okay, so I'm using the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Foundation, and I love this, and I'm in the shade W1 to 2, Porcelain Light Ivory to, yeah, Porcelain to Light Ivory. And I just put a dot of that on the back of my hand, like so. Not a lot. Oh shit, did this in the wrong order. Okay, so I'm starting with my Pixi Correction Concealer in Brightening Peach. And this is a little bit, like, this is a me thing. And this is not, I'm not necessarily saying that everybody has to do all these steps, but I do quite a lot of concealing. Then I take just a normal concealer. This is my NYX HD concealer. And this stuff is so heavy duty that I always have to scrape off the applicator because you don't need a lot at all. And this is what I use around my nose. And then I put this underneath here to kind of help get rid of the bags. And this is really difficult using the viewfinder. And then I have some darkness. Okay, so there's my concealing done. Next, I'm going to take my L'Oreal True Match Lumi Foundation. I've been using this pretty much exclusively for the last couple of months. And I put a pump of that, or like a pump and a half kind of thing, on the back of my hand. And because it's so dry, I've started this month just mixing in a little bit of my moisturizing lotion. I just take with it, you know, it's kind of like a 1-to-1 ratio. Then I'm going to take my Real Techniques buffing brush, just kind of mix that together on the back of my hand. And then I use this to apply my foundation. And the moisturizer helps it kind of glide on, and it thins it out a little bit because I find that, you know, it's better to go a little bit sheer in the winter time so that you don't get all the cakiness and clinging to dry patches and things. And the last thing I do is I take my Bare Minerals powder and Well Rested. You want to go easy and not get too much on your brush. But with all those products underneath the eyes, it's really important to kind of set that. Or otherwise, I find, you know, my mascara and my eyeshadow and everything ends up halfway down my face. And then I also use it on redness. That's pretty much, you know, that's my everyday face routine. That's what I do, the same thing every day up to that point. And now I'm going to show you just kind of, I'll just finish off my makeup. So you don't have to watch the end, but if you want to see my everyday face, then I've really been doing very easy eye makeup lately, just kind of light shimmery shades because I've been going a little bit darker with my lips. So I'm going to start with a base. This is just a little Maybelline Eye Studio. You can use your primer or whatever, but I like this little white. This is in... And then as I said, I've been using just a lot of like kind of shimmery beigey colors. So I'm using my NYX Nude on Nude palette today, and I'm going to go for... what shade should I go for today? I'm just going to go through this like kind of shimmery beige shade. Just wash it all over the lids up to the crease. Also going to run that underneath the eyes. All the way along. And then I'm going to take the more kind of shimmery shade that's right above that and use that right here in the inner corner. Again, just to make your eyes look more awake and a little bit brighter. Take a little precision brush into one of these shimmery kind of brown shades, and I'm going to use that as a liner down by the lash line and just add a little definition that way. Run it along the lash line. So just a simple shimmery neutral shade all over the lids, and then a little bit of dark liner. You could use, you know, whatever your favorite liner is. I really like using the powder because I just find it really soft and subtle. For my brows, I've been using my e.l.f. Eyebrow Duo. This is a wax, and this is on an angled liner brush. And just, I don't really shape my brows, I just kind of fill in where I have holes. I'm always afraid that if I use it to like really shape or, you know, beef up my brows, I end up with eyebrows that are really too bushy. That's just my personal top off with my mascara. This is my Maybelline Colossal Volume Express Cat Eyes. Been using this like, a lot. Next, I'm going to take a peachy blush, or you can take like a light bronzer. I find when my skin's really pale, just a kind of dark peach blush. This is Sutton Place Peach by NYC. I'm going to take that on a big, fluffy brush, and I'm going to use this as, you know, you would a bronzer, just to kind of warm up complexion. So I use it at the back of my cheekbones and across my hairline, and just, you know, where you think you need to add a little bit of warmth. I've learned to kind of stay away from like the pinky blushes. I used to think, oh, well, I've got like a pale pink complexion, so I should use pink blush. But I find what it does is it really highlights my red cheeks, because I got quite a lot of rosiness in my cheeks as it is. So I've really started using the more like neutral and kind of peachy tones, and I think it works really, really well. Now, I'm also going to put a little, because I'm going to be wearing like a berry lip stain, so I'm taking my Mellow Mauve blush from e.l.f., and you can see it's kind of like a nice rosy mauvey tone, and I'm just going to use that very lightly on my cheeks as well to kind of bring that berry tone up onto the cheeks so that it blends in with my lip stick. And again, to combat that kind of dry dullness, I've been using like highlighters on the tops of my cheeks. And the one that I've really been using a lot is, this is a Royal Linen eyeshadow from Rimmel, and it's got quite a lot of sheen to it. So I just take that on a little highlighter brush or contour brush, and I just run that. And it just kind of lights up, and there's no sparkle or shimmer or anything like that. It's just really nice and subtle. And that's it. And I'm sorry that I can't do close-up with this camera. That's it for the face. And then I'm going to top off with this kind of berry lip gloss. This is, what is this? True Love from Essence. So it's just a nice color and keeps the lips shiny. But I don't feel like it's so full on. And that's it, So there you go, guys. That's my updated skincare routine and just a very simple everyday face with not too heavy a makeup. And I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon. Bye!